noisemakers, Dangle back with another episode of Voice Noise. Today, we're going to be talking about Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert, for those of you who don't know, was the American Idol runner-up a few years ago, and he has been all over the map when it comes to music. As of right now, he is fronting the band Queen, and he also has a new album out. He's got numerous albums and numerous hits under his belt. Adam is a super high tenor, and he is not afraid to show it, especially in his American Idol days where, you know, we fell in love with his unbelievably theatric way of producing his high voice. Today we're going to be going in a different avenue for Adam Lambert. Adam recently paid tribute to Cher at the Kennedy Center Honors, and he performed her song Believe. Believe is a very techno upbeat song that Cher does, and he strips it down completely to where it's piano and voice throughout most of it, and then of course the orchestra comes in and supports him. We're going to be talking about the ways that he maneuvers his falsetto range, and we're going to be talking about his low range that he showcases here in this song as well. So let's dive right into it. I think I got the screen recorded. It's kind of stopped on me a few times, so let's watch it. So here we go. This is Believe by Adam Lambert at the 41st Annual Kennedy Center Honors. Here we go.
No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. After all that's said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. Oh.
Okay, let's talk about it. Right from the get-go, he comes in right away. Chord, Adam, right there. Such a beautiful entrance, very accurate. There's something really nice in where he flows into each note. He's using a lot of mixed voice here where he is pocketing back and forth between chest voice and falsetto, and he does it seamlessly. In previous episodes, a previous episode, I talked about the switch, the break between the chest voice and the falsetto voice, and the way that he's kind of bridging that and making sure that he's not having that obnoxious break in his voice. He's doing it seamlessly. You can tell he does have theater training when he does sing songs like this, and there are a few videos to prove his theatrical training and his theatrical performances. Notice his breathing. If you look at his breathing, the way he's taking his breath in, his shoulders do not move. I know there's a little bit of padding in that suit jacket, but you would still be able to see that, you know, the air that he's taking in. He's not moving his shoulders up. He's really, really utilizing the torso breath anatomy. So the way he's expanding outward this way and this way to get enough air to be able to support especially his softer notes. Let's keep going.
Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough now. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough.
You know it's good when the cast of Hamilton is really enjoying it. Let's talk about his mic technique for a second. Do you see him pulling away when he's going for his high notes? And it doesn't sound it doesn't sound like a belt. He's doing like a self-mixing thing where when he's pulling back like that, he knows he's getting a little bit louder. He wants a little bit more of a consistent sound here because he's not giving away all of his goods yet. This is musicality. This is understanding that there's a dynamic to a song. It's got to build. He's not at that point yet. Even though it's the chorus, it's the hooky part of the song, he doesn't want to give away the goods yet because we know in an Adam Lambert performance, there is going to be some big notes. So he doesn't want to give it all away just yet. So he's self-mixing to be able to regulate that and keep it nice and dialed back. And watch as the performance goes on and he starts building that back up again. He doesn't do that so much. Yeah, let's keep going.
What am I supposed to do? Sit around and wait for you? Well, I can't do that. There's no turning back. It takes time to move on. It takes love to feel strong. 'Cause I got time to think it through. And baby, I'm too good for you. Oh, do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no.
Just before we get to that bridge, because that bridge is pretty important in this performance. Adam Lambert does one thing that I am not sure if... Well, he does two things, actually, that I'm not sure if it's a psychological cue for him or if it's become habit. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It does change certain things in his vowel structure. So, two things that change his vowel structure. First thing is when he does go for his high notes, he has a tendency of overlapping his tongue on his bottom teeth. He's not the only one to do this. Jamie Foxx does it as well when he's hitting his higher falsetto notes. Alan Stone does it as well when he's hitting his riffs. There's a way that they kind of overlap their tongue over their bottom teeth. He's not exactly sticking his tongue out, but he's flattening it to a point where he's leaving enough room for sound resonation, so to make sure that it's resonating in his mouth, and he's almost emulating the soft palate above with the tongue below. So the way it's doming up at the top, he's doing his best to dome it out at the bottom. It is not a common practice, but it is a practice. I've seen it enough times to where it's become something to notice. Another thing that he does, and he doesn't do it he doesn't do it untastefully. If you notice, when he does sing his riffs, his jaw moves quite a bit. We call that chewing the note. So basically, it looks like you're chewing the note. Ariana Grande does it. A lot of singers who are very riff-based singers. If you look at Jessie J, they do this thing where they almost attack the note with their jaw a little bit, and it kind of quivers in and out as they're going up and down a riff. I'm not a huge fan of this practice. I am not bashing it in any way, because whatever works for the performer works for the performer. But it is something I noticed in Adam's singing, where it actually works in a way as another dynamic tool, where he's not over accenting any of the notes in his riffs. He'll hit the first note of the sequence and then kind of use his jaw to dial his palatal singing back and forth to be able to hit those notes at a consistent kind of volume and intensity. Again, not bashing it at all. That's my disclaimer. I don't hate on singers here. All I'm trying to do is bring attention to what these singers are doing to create the sounds that they're doing. So that's those are couple of things that he does that make his voice uniquely his. And in case you were wondering how he's approaching his notes and how he does certain things. And again, a lot of the times these singers don't even realize that they're doing it. It's become that much of a habit because it's worked for them. These singers tour so much and they perform so often, and then they're in the studio, and it is endless what they have to do. So they pick up things along the way that make it easier for them. You know, I can talk about, Bruno Mars and Steve Perry from Journey and how they do certain things to get those high notes out. So yeah, there's a lot of things that each individual singer does in order to make it easier for themselves. It is not necessarily a bad technical choice. It is just not a choice that would necessarily work for every singer. Okay. That was a long disclaimer. Here, let's keep going. Bridge.
And I know that I'll get through this, 'cause I know that I am strong. I don't need you anymore. 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 Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough.
Right. So, I hate to say I told you so, but notice the tongue a little bit. Again, it works for him. Leave him be. You notice his mic technique now? He is not pulling away nearly as much as he was at the beginning of the song. He wants himself to be heard. And indeed we do. So, the bridge. I know we're working backwards a little bit. The bridge, you hear how he went into his lower register. It is really, really nice. Let's talk about texture. The texture that is in his sound. He's got a very breathy sound in his lower range, very well controlled, a little bit of a quiver to indicate emotion and passion and intensity. I don't know if those little breath shots that he was doing were necessarily all him, or if there's a noise gate in the processor that they're using for his voice in the recording of this to eliminate background noise. I don't know if it cut in and out while he was taking a breath in, or he was purposefully doing that breath. Either way, it works. It is such a nice little element, something that Tom Jones used to do a lot. Elvis did it quite a bit. He would do it to make the females in the crowd go absolutely insane, because that's all they had to do back then in order to get them going insane. This is a cool little feature. If he is doing it on purpose, it is a very smart move. And if I were to talk to Adam Lambert, I hope that either way he says it was, whether he's lying to me or not, because it is very powerful. It indicates such a strong emotion, almost like you're trying to catch your breath after a huge argument in a relationship. So the emotional part, this is going back to the 3 C's. 3 C's being consistency, comprehension, and commitment. He is committing to the emotion in the song, and he's being consistent with it while comprehending that the song is building and dropping and building and dropping. He's keeping all of that in mind, and if you thought for 1 second that singing was simple, let this be an example of how it is not. These are all of the things that singers have to take into account for as long as they're singing the song. Some songs are 3 minutes, some songs are 7 minutes. You have to be consistent, and he is doing it here. It's exhausting, but he's doing it beautifully.
Do you believe in life after love? Ooh.
I wonder if Cher was thinking, I wish I did it like that. Cher's version is so much fun. It's got so much power. It's a very empowering song, especially now when you're able to hear the lyrics stripped away and very up front. It is a very empowering song. She's amazing. As you can see there, you can check out Velvet by Adam Lambert, which is another great song. And while I was doing some research, I did stumble upon that one. It's one of his latest releases. Really, really great stuff. Wow. Yeah, it's Adam Lambert. I mean, you can't really go wrong. Yeah, the high note. The Adam Lambert high note. And then dropping down at the very end of the song. Did you hear his voice cut away a little bit? Again, I'm a huge fan of those imperfections because that to me is perfect, especially in a song environment like this where you're trying to show that much emotion and you know, just it's a great period at the end of the sentence. You know, it really is. This is one of my favorite performances that Adam has ever done. It's sincere, it's empowering, it is vocally sound. There's no straining. The high note was absolutely beautiful. His dynamic, absolutely beautiful. His mic technique was great. What more can I say? What more can I really analyze other than saying that everything that we've been talking about here in terms of technique, mic technique, breathing, the 3 C's, everything that we've been talking about, he is putting into practice beautifully, okay? And if I were to have like a poster singer for my series here, it would be a singer like Adam Lambert. Really phenomenal job. If you feel free to research some of his earlier recordings and earlier performances. There's even performances from his graduation and from his stint with Val Kilmer on in a musical. Like he's just a well-rounded singer. So if you've got anybody that you would like me to analyze, leave a comment below. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. We're gonna go back into some more of the tips in the next episodes, and I'm so sorry that it's been so long since my last episode. I've just been crazy with recordings myself, so it's been difficult to balance, but we're back and swinging, so let's start off on a good foot here for the week. Again, like, subscribe, share, be awesome, be great, have a great week, and I'll see you guys next time here on VoiceNoise. Take care.